Well, hello again folks, it's Rich here at the Preston Autoplex, and this morning I thought I'd come out and have a quick check over this one here. It's a 2013 Nissan Pathfinder. It's a brand new vehicle, comes with a great warranty from Nissan, and of course if you're familiar with the Nissan product you'll know that it's going to last a very, very long time indeed. Now I will confess I am a bit of a Nissan fan. I actually do have a 2001 Nissan Pathfinder SE 4-wheel drive in the family, and it's just come up for 180,000 original miles, and it runs and drives like a champ. I know, kidding folks, when you buy a Nissan vehicle you're not going to buy it for a couple of years, you're going to buy it for a decade. In actual fact, we've had the vehicle for just over 8 years, and I tell you what, it's been a great vehicle for the family, never let us down, touch wood, and is ready for another 100,000 miles hopefully. So you can buy a Nissan, rest assured you're going to buy it for a long time indeed. They do build them that well. Anyway, let's take a look at this one, 2013. Of course we can see we have some styling upgrades. In actual fact, the whole vehicle's been upgraded, and I will say this, it's a very nice looking vehicle. It certainly does give the impression of an upscale SUV. And of course the engine in this particular example is 3.5 litre V6, just over 260 horsepower, and of course it has that constantly variable transmission which makes for a seamless shifting. So if you've never driven one of these, you got to come down here and take this one, or the one of 6 we have in stock at the moment, for a test drive, because it's like a pair of slippers, you see folks. Until you actually try them on you're not going to know what they feel like. And of course when you're buying a vehicle it's always a good idea just to check them out. Anyway, that's what we're here for, 1-800-655-3764, and you can bring your slippers along too if you like, if it makes it any comfortable. Anyway, this vehicle is actually a pearlescent white paint, very attractive indeed. Of course for the year we have a grille upgrade, also we have the quad style headlights, we do have the fog lights with a little chrome trim around there, and of course as we sift around the side of this vehicle you can see we have some very desirable aluminum wheels. Now this one comes from the factory with Continental tyres on, going to give you some good grip in the wet or snow, and of course this vehicle does have the intelligent 4-wheel drive system, so if you do plan on going maybe on the beach or just want to get home nice and safely when the weather turns nasty, this vehicle certainly is going to do that for you. Now, not to mention folks, this vehicle does have a whole host of safety systems, too many for me to ravel off the top of my head, but if you're interested just give us a call, we'd be more than happy to fill you in on all these specs on these vehicles. Anyway, this vehicle is also pretty good for towing, up to £5,000, so if you have a small boat then the Nissan Pathfinder could become your best friend this year. Anyway, interior, we've got a bit more legroom for this year, which is cool, because I do know in my 2001 Pathfinder my old leggers were a bit knotted up, but I tell you what, there's plenty of room to stretch out in here. And of course the new seat design as well, it's very, very comfortable indeed. This particular model has the heated front seats of course, and of course it's power adjustable for the both driver and the passenger, but very, very comfortable nonetheless, and fairly supportive. Now let's take a look in the back. We do have privacy glass. Of course this vehicle does have provision for a roof rack up the top. Now this is where the equipment becomes fun for your kids. Now you've got a decent sized door to get in and out. Also you have a lowered step there, so if you have small children they're going to help getting them in and out. But check out this legroom in the back of this vehicle. Now I've been driving this vehicle, I'm 6'2". I've had the seat on the driver's side pushed back as far as it will go, and there's still a good amount of room in the back seat for me to stick my big battleship shoes in between there. But you can see a very nice place to be indeed, and of course the usual Nissan fit and finish, absolutely exceptional. Now this particular vehicle does have the DVD players and or CD or USB players into the back of the front headrest, so if you do have children or even young adults or even old adults for that matter, you could settle down to an episode of SpongeBob, or dare I say, if it's your grandparents, maybe watch the edition of the Battle of the Midway or the Battle of the Bulge. Anyway, let's creep around the back end. You can see very attractive lines, and no doubt this vehicle will look good at the golf club, the shopping mall, or wherever you've got to be this year. Anyway, check out the back end. We do have the backup sensing system too, and also if we pop the trunk on this one, if I can figure out where the latch is. Eeny, meeny, miny, mo. Where is the latch? I don't know. Where is it? But anyway, folks, let me just tug-a-rilla. Here it is. There we go. Of course, this one does have the power tailgate. And of course, there is a warning chime too. Incidentally, here's your cargo area. And of course, you notice we have 50-50 split rear seats. And of course, right here is actually your cargo area, and at the moment we've got some factory mats in there, and also a box of something or other. And don't forget, you can actually segment or compartmentalize the cargo area to keep stuff from rolling around. Now, see, you hear that? That fit and finish. Absolutely wonderful, typical Nissan build quality. It's very, very precise in operation. Anyway, you got your anchorage points for your child seats, always important to use those. Also, we have the shopping bag holders. Okay, so if you have your groceries at the end of the day, tripped on the mail, you can pop them so they hang off of here. And there's also a couple over here as well. Not to mention, we do have a 12-volt power point, your cargo cover hooks here, and of course, folding the seats is relatively easy with the levers and straps. Anyway, so that's going to be enough room for your weekly shopping just here. Now, if that's not enough room, as I said, you can fold these down 50-50 and have a bit more room. Now, there's guys out there saying, Rich, what about my guy stuff? You know, I need a lot more room. I need like a truck. Well, guys, not to worry. I tell you what, we have a 70-30 split second row, and that also folds down too fairly easily. So how about that? You're going to get your stuff in there. If you've gone on vacation, could be the vehicle to do it in. Incidentally, folks, closing the tailgate is very easy. Of course, it does have a safety sensor, so if your kids leave their dollies poking out or G.I. Joe heads, they're not going to be sliced off. They're going to be nice and intact. Anyway, a very nice looking vehicle down this side, of course. It resembles the other side. But let's take a look and find out what's going on the back door here. Well, I did press the lock knob. How about that? As I said, this vehicle also does have the proximity key entry system. Luckily I have it in my pocket, otherwise I might lock myself out. Now the great thing is that, you just witnessed it, you can lock the vehicle without fumbling with keys, and also you can unlock it too, so how's that? Anyway, the door cards, you can see, folks, you've got a whole bunch of cup holders here. In actual fact, you can fit 2 down there, or 3, 2 down there and 1 up here. So if you have kids squawking that they're dehydrated, well, you've got plenty, almost like a beverage centre of holes you can actually fill up. Anyway, check out the back seat. Now, this is where we're going to see how it operates to get in and out. Now, this seat, when I pull this lever over here, is actually going to sandwich up together, and you can actually move this forwards and backwards. Let's test it out. Voila, so there we go. Now, if you're used to other vehicles with a 3rd row seat, you know what a nightmare it is can get into, particularly if you have big feet, or if you're like me, a big gut. So you can see how much room we have here. In actual fact, you've got a good amount of space there, so your kids can hop into there, go onto that little step, and then they go to the back seat. Now, there's plenty of room here too. Don't forget, these tracks actually do allow you to adjust the seat backwards and forwards. So the 3rd row seat is not just exclusively used for adults, if you like. Anyway, that's the 3rd row seat, folks. And of course, sliding it back and down is very, very easy to do too. So there we go. Now, check out the driver's door. It's going to have our usual assortment of power windows, power locks, also power mirrors, and also we do have a power adjustable driver's seat. Super comfortable place to be, and of course that goes with just generally every place of this vehicle. Now, let's take a look and find out what's going on in the center console. You can see the controls, very easy to understand. Of course, we have the keyless ignition system just here, and of course your climate control, heated front seats, and also your wood trim and your 4-wheel drive control too. Anyway, this vehicle also does have the instrumentation. It's very easy to use, super clear, and I'll tell you what, at night it doesn't blind you, which is very, very good too. Anyway, that's about sums it up, folks. A great car to drive. You've got to come down here and try it on for size. As I said earlier, it's like a pair of slippers. You've got to come and check it out. Incidentally, up to 21 miles per gallon too from this type of vehicle, and good performance. So give us a shout, Preston Nissan, 1-800-655-3764, or you can drop in with your slippers and take it for a test drive here at Preston Autoplex, where we're based too. So have a great day, folks, drive safely, and don't forget to send us a message online at prestonmotor.com.